Welcome back to another class on the treasures of Mishnayot. We are Mishnayot of Berachot, perek Vav, Mishnah Gimel. The Kahati opens up with a small introduction. After we had learned in the previous Mishnah, Al Kulam Imamar Shakol Yatza B'Devid. On all of them, if you had blessed Shakol Niye B'Dvaro, you fulfilled your obligation post facto. If it already happened, we're going to tell you, leave it like that and don't bless the blessings that are required for the fruit that you bless shakol on. For example, a person blessed on an apple, shakol niye b'dvaro, we're going to tell him that if it already happened, you fulfill your obligation and don't go back now and bless borei pri ha'etz. And so too on bread, on wine, on everything else that we had mentioned in the previous Mishnah. Comes our Mishnah to teach us. Our Mishnah today is going to come to teach us what do we bless initially on what things we're going to see today. On what do we bless initially in the previous Mishnah we concluded with what do you bless. If you had blessed shahakol niyeh b'dvaro, we're going to tell you b'di'evet, if it already happened, fine. That's if it already happened. Then we're going to tell you shahakol niyeh b'dvaro is good. But today we want to see what are you allowed to bless shahakol niyeh b'dvaro initially on. So the Mishnah begins, Al davar she'en gidulu min ha'aretz, on something which does not grow from the ground, kegon basar vedagim, for example, meat and fish. Omer shahakol, you're going to say the blessing of shahakol niyeh b'dvaro. So the Kahati explains the Mishnah, ha'ocholo, one who's going to eat meat and fish, mevarech, you're going to bless, lifnei ha'achila, before eating them, shahakol niyeh b'dvaro, you're going to bless shahakol niyeh b'dvaro. Shahakol means that everything niyeh was created b'dvaro with his words. That's what the bracha shahakol niyeh b'dvaro means. Continues the Mishnah, al hachometz, on vinegar. Hainu, which type of vinegar? Yain shehichmitz. Wine which spoiled and fermented turns into vinegar. And this type of vinegar, ve'ala nevolot, on unripe fruits, perot shenaflu min ha'elan, fruits which fell from the tree, kodem bishulam, before they became ripe. He brings it down to the opinion of the Rambam and the Bartanura. Ve'ala govai, and also on grasshoppers. Chagavim sheyesh bahem simanei tahara, grasshoppers which have on them kosher signs. If you want to know what are the kosher signs on a grasshopper, he says look into Sefer Vayikra, chapter 11, pasuk 21 and pasuk 22. So on all of these three, on vinegar, on unripe fruits, and on grasshopper, Omer shahakol, you're going to say the blessing of shahakol niyeh b'dvaro. Al kol echad me'elu, on each one of these, mevarech, you're going to bless shahakol niyeh b'dvaro. Okay, that's the Kahati. He comes and explains to us what the Mishnah was saying, like we explained it. Now the next piece, the Talmud Bavli and the Talmud Yerushalmi omit the next piece of what I'm about to read. Why? The next piece we're going to say is milk, cheese, and eggs, bless on them shahakol niyeh b'dvaro. The reason why the Talmud Bavli and the reason why the Talmud Yerushalmi erase this section from our Mishnah is because whenever we had mentioned in the beginning, al davar she'en gidulu min ha'aretz, when on something which does not grow from the ground, aren't these already included? So why is it repeating itself? That's why the Talmud Bavli and Talmud Yerushalmi, they take this out. This section is not there because we're going to see right now milk, cheese, and eggs. Also, you're going to bless shahakol niyeh b'dvaro. So he says, al hechalav, al gvina, al bitzim, omer shahakol niyeh b'dvaro. On milk, on cheese, and on eggs, you're going to say the blessing of shahakol niyeh b'dvaro. B'mishnah shebegemara, in the Mishnah which is inside the Gemara, v'chem b'Yerushalmi, and so too in the Talmud Yerushalmi, ein gurtzin pisikazu, they do not have this text, they don't have the section of this text. Why? Because everything which is explained in it, in the section, kolel, it's already included. Kolel kvar, it's already included. It's already included in the first section of our Mishnah. What does it say in the first section of our Mishnah? Al davar she'en gidolo min haaretz, on something which does not grow from the ground, which includes milk, cheese, and eggs. Omer shakol, you're going to say the blessing of shakol niheh bidvoro. Now, Rabotai, before we do continue, the next piece we're going to have Rabbi Yehuda's opinion. Rabbi Yehuda is going to disagree when it comes to vinegar, unripe fruits, and grasshoppers. Rabbi Yehuda is going to say that on all of these you don't bless anything. Now, before we do continue, we're going to see that there's a few ways to understand, because Rabbi Yehuda is going to say like this. Rabbi Yehuda says any type of food which results from a curse, don't bless on it. Rabbi Yehuda is going to learn that vinegar, they come as a result of a curse. Unripe fruit, also as a result of a curse. Grasshoppers, also as a result of a curse. Now, before we're going to do the Mishnah, I just want to show you the Pesukim in the Torah, but then we'll also do the Mishnah in the Kahati. In Sefer Vayikra, in chapter 26, verse 20, it says over there, your strength shall be spent in vain, for your land shall not give its produce, and the trees of the land shall not give its fruit. So this, Rabotai, curse over here is going on unripe fruits. So since unripe fruits are a result of a curse, Rabbi Yehuda is going to tell you don't bless on unripe fruits. Moving to the next section. If you look into Sefer Devarim in chapter 28, Pasuk 39, it says over there, though you plant vineyards and work them, you shall have no wine to drink. Why? Because it turns into vinegar. That is again, as a result of a curse, that's why wine turns into vinegar. So he says over here, you shall have no wine to drink or store, for the worm shall devour them. That's the pasuk. But we learn from over here when it says no wine to drink, that comes to teach you that wine will turn into vinegar, and now you're not going to be able to drink it. So we see over here also that vinegar comes as a result of a curse. One more verse regarding the grasshoppers. In chapter 28 in Sefer Devarim, in verse 42, it says over there, the locust shall take over all the trees and the produce of your land. Over here, locusts and Rabotai, grasshoppers will consume your produce. So we see over here, Rabotai, again, grasshoppers, they come as a result of a curse. Now that we know this, let's go see how the Kahati explains it. Okay. Rabbi Yehuda says, Kol shuhu min kelala. Rabbi Yehuda says, any type of food which results from a curse, he's going to conclude saying, En mivarachin alav, which I wrote over here, don't bless on it. So now he's going to tell you which types of fruit, meaning which types of food come as a result from a curse. So he's going to tell you this right now. Kegon, for example, hachometz, vinegar, ve'anevolot, and unripe fruits. Shehem divarim habayim al yidei kalala. These are the things which come through a curse. How? So he tells you in parentheses, chometz harei yain shehit kalkel. Vinegar, it's a wine which got ruined. So you see, it's a form of a curse because you had wine, now it turned into vinegar. That's a form of a curse. Novolot, what about unripe fruits? Perot mikulkalim, ruined fruits. Why is it a curse? Because the fruit tree did not allow the fruit itself to be fully ripe. So if that's the case, you see again, it's a curse. So we see from over here, chometz and nevolot, they come as a result of a curse. What about grasshoppers? So he says here also, v'chen hagova, and so to the grasshoppers, Min kilalahu, it's a type of curse. Why? Shemafsid et atuvah, because it's able to destroy your produce. So we see over here that vinegar, unripe fruits, and grasshoppers, all of these things come as a result of a curse. Now, Rabotai, as you pay attention, the way the Kahati explains it, he says that when it comes to vinegar and unripe fruits, it changes in its status, in its stage. From wine, it went into vinegar, which is a curse. From ripe fruit, what it's supposed to be, it became unripe fruit, which is a problem. That's also a curse. By grasshoppers, since you're going to be able to consume your produce, that's also a curse. So we see from over here, the way the Kahati wants to explain it, the vinegar, unripe fruits, and grasshoppers. But Rabotai, I also wanted to bring you that you had pasukim, like I showed you, over here, that they come also as a result of a curse. That he does not bring down over here. I brought this according to my humble opinion. Okay, so he says over here, in mivarachin alav, you do not bless on them, meaning on vinegar, unripe fruits, and grasshoppers. Ve'en halacha ki Rabbi Yehuda. The halacha is not like Rabbi Yehuda. If a person is going to consume vinegar, unripe fruits, or grasshoppers, we're going to tell you, like the Tanakama, you're going to bless shahakol niheh bidvaro. Okay, Rabotai, let's just do the Mishnah on top, and with this we will conclude. Al davar she'en gidulo min haaretz, on something which does not grow from the ground. Omer shahakol, you're going to say shahakol niheh bidvaro. Right? On things that do not grow from the ground, like meat, fish, milk, cheese, and eggs, you're going to say shahakol niheh bidvaro. Ala chometz, on wine, not on wine, on vinegar, which was wine initially and it became spoiled and fermented and then turned into vinegar. Ve'ala nevolot, on unripe fruits. Ve'ala govai, and on grasshoppers. Omer shahakol niheh bidvarim. Al hechalav ve'ala gvin ve'ala bitzim, omer shahakol. On the milk, on the cheese, and on the eggs, you're going to say shahakol niheh bidvarim. But we saw in the Kahati, he says, some erase this line from the Mishnah because it's already included in the first clause of the Mishnah when it says, Al davar she'en gidul min haaretz, omer shahakol niheh bidvaro. On something which does not grow from the ground, you're going to say shahakol. Milk, cheese, and eggs, they do not grow from the ground. Rabbi Yehuda says, Kol shumina kalala. Rabbi Yehuda says, any type of food which is a result from a curse, en mivarachin alav, you do not bless on it, right? We don't bless on it. Nevertheless, Rabotai, halach is not like Rabbi Yehuda. Halach is like the Tanakama. Comes out of here, Rabotai, halacha l'maaseh. Anything which grows, anything which does not grow from the ground, we're going to tell you, you're going to bless shahakol niheh bidvaro. Meat, fish, milk, cheese, eggs. Over here, Rabotai, there's a special exception. Vinegar, even though it was wine, you would have thought to say, borei pri gefen. We're going to tell you, no, the fact that it spoiled, we're going to tell you, say shahakol. Unripe fruits, since it's not ripe, you would have thought, say ha'etz. Comes the Mishnah tells you, you're going to say shahakol. And grasshoppers, you're going to say shahakol. Rabotai, have a great day. Baruch Adonai Olam. Amen ve'amen.